Good morning, my wonderful friends. Megas with you on a beautiful day in Asha. I'm so excited about this message because I'm going to share with you the oldest recorded magic spell in history. And I know many of you want and need this now. I know in my video, Megas Message of the Magi, I said when we got to 3,000 views on that, I'd start sharing these. But I haven't been able to wait, and I've been sharing them. So if you're just finding the channel today, it's good timing. I'm going to share that ritual and spell at the end of the video, and there's a reason for that. I've seen in the analytics, not a lot of viewers make it to the end of my videos, but magic and reason go together. You can't have magic without reason. Why is that? Because you have to have a reason to believe. And as we're sitting here talking, we start kind of stirring the pot, if you will, and we start bringing up feelings and emotion and focus, and then we can work these spells and rituals. And just let you know, do not be afraid. This is all good magic, white magic, light magic, and so there's nothing to be afraid of. These spells were used for healing, protection, provision, good things, good spirit things. We never try to control or curse or anything like that. That is not the spirit we are of here at the Order of the Magi. And so I was hoping we could just kind of talk a little bit. In the comments, I always try to read the comments and grow as a person, as a channel, because I feel a responsibility for getting this message of the Order of the Magi out and to do it better. And sometimes that can prick our pride a little bit. Those of you that have been following me for the years know I'm usually kind of just firing and preaching at the camera, and I've been noticing a lot of people are telling me I'm too preachy and that I need to relax. And the more I thought about it, a lot of the people I enjoy watching myself on YouTube are very relaxed, very calm. So I'm gonna try. I got myself a nice hot cup of coffee here with my pumpkin spice. I'm in my book nook, and I'm surrounded with my favorite things, my favorite crystals and incense and candles and books that I consider my best friends. And so I'm feeling in this atmosphere, we're going to be able to go into higher dimensions, higher levels. And that's important because we have the 1111 portal coming up. And so what a perfect time. I was thinking you could do this magic ritual on 1111. How awesome would that be? My friends, another question I had, and then we're going to get more into it. People always ask me why I have orange on. I usually have an orange hoodie, an orange hat, surrounded with orange. You know, it goes more. I love Cheetos. I love Reese's. They're all orange. But it goes deeper than that. Orange books have changed my life. The teachings of the Magi. This little orange book here brought me so much peace, and I'm going to go deeper into that. And then of course I have my little orange New Testament Bible. I love the teachings of Jesus. I've had this same book here for 35 years, and I carried it with me all the time in my pocket, and it means a lot to me. And then of course Asha, the teachings of the Magi. Oh my God, this book, I mean, I don't even have words for it, you know. And then as I was going through my orange books, I came across Autobiography of a Yogi, and I thought, how cool, that's an orange book. I never noticed it really. I love this book. It inspires you. It gives you hope of what is possible, and it builds faith and belief, and I love that. But I got to talk about the teachings of the Magi and Asha today, before we get to the spell, and why it's important, why the teachings of the Magi are important. One, the word magic comes from Magi, obviously, M-A-G-I, at a C you got magic, right? They were the original magicians, miracle workers, doing things that people couldn't understand. It's really the original law of attraction. And when I got into this, it wasn't because I wanted to work in magic. I just wanted peace of mind. And I'm going to share something with you guys. I haven't told hardly anyone. My family knows, and one of my friends knows. This whole channel has been dedicated to helping people with OCD, with just mental struggles and pain, because those people, they don't get a lot of compassion. If you can see, like if someone's missing an arm or a leg or something going on externally, people will give them compassion. But when your chemicals and neurological pathways aren't firing right, people can't see it, and they almost get mad at you, and it's a very lonely thing. And a lot of people end up committing suicide, and it's an absolute torture hell. How do I know this? And this is what I haven't told anyone. I struggled with it for many years. In my late teens and early 20s, I was almost rendered useless, where I could hardly get out of bed. I would just lay there with a pillow on my head, trying to bring some kind of peace to my heart and mind. And the funny thing, not funny, a horrible thing, my trigger, because OCD will have a trigger that sets you off. Mine was religion. Mine was the Bible. Mine was when people started talking about God. And that was also what I was going to try to get peace. And so I was caught in this horrible loop. People would start talking about the Bible or God, and then these thoughts would come into my mind, and then I would get triggered, and then I'd have to go lay down and try to figure out the thoughts. And if you yourself have dealt with OCD, you know how it is. You get caught in that loop over and over, and it's mentally exhausting, physically exhausting. I wouldn't wish it on anyone. It is an absolute hell on earth, and it's all taking place inside of you, and there's really not much people can do for you. Like people that care about you, your parents and friends, they're going to try to comfort you, but they can't. Today's mental sciences can't really help you. I've read all the books on OCD, studied it all. It actually makes it worse. And what I discovered through the teachings of the Magi, it's the only thing that brought peace of mind to me. And then I started sharing it with others that had OCD. And, I've shared with you the story of my friend in Florida that struggled with it since he was a small child. And he was into his, early 40s. And it rendered him, like I said, just useless. He couldn't get out. He had to quit his job, lost his wife, and was just tortured night and day. And I told him, I have something that will help you. And he didn't believe me, because he'd tried all the medications and been to all the doctors, and he always got his hopes up, and then they were dashed. And I told him, by the time I leave Florida, I stayed for 4 months, you will be better. And my friends, he was. And when I left, he had tears pouring down his eyes, thanking me, because he had never had that relief in his mind before. And my friends, it's the teachings of the Magi. What are the teachings of the Magi that were different than the Bible? I would try to go to read my Bible, and it would make it worse. And I'd try to pray, and it would make it worse. And so where do you go then if you can't turn to your religion, right? And so what I did is I tried to self-medicate. I tried marijuana, and that made it so much worse for me. I know everyone has different chemical makeups, but it made me very paranoid, and it made it worse. I tried alcohol. That worked pretty good. I started going out at night and partying all night long, but that catches up to you. It catches up to your body. The decisions you make when you're drunk out late at night come back to haunt you and bite you. I knew that wasn't the best way, but I was getting a little bit of relief from that. But then the teachings of the Magi came, and my friends, what it is it's the original monotheistic religion. It teaches an all-good God that doesn't hate, war, kill, destroy. As I was growing up in the Christian faith as a small child going to Sunday school, the stories were haunting me, were scaring me, is actually a form of child abuse, because I was scared to death of this God that's supposed to be love, and every story, and of just hating, warring, killing, going in and killing the men, women, and the children, and floods, and killing the firstborn child, and it just is all killing. And my friends, that's a low negative energy. Killing children is not good, and then you're trying to justify it, right? Well, the end justifies the means, right? They're trying to cleanse the earth, but oh my gosh, it was haunting me. And then the end of the world stories, like the Revelation stories, and that's what we have to look forward to, it haunted me. And then I was so scared that I was going to say or think something wrong towards God or the Bible, because I'm reading these verses and I'm thinking, well, that's not good, and I'm, oh my God, what did I just say or think, and is he gonna come get me now? And then we're scared, at least I was scared that time, of going to hell, because that's what we were taught. And I would get stuck in these loops, and then trying to beg his forgiveness for the thought that popped into my mind about, well, that's not very good, or something. And it was just an absolute nightmare, my friends. And this message, the original message, the original monotheistic religion that Judaism, Christianity, Islam all branched off of, but then they ruined it. They added attributes to God that aren't his, such as hating, warring, killing, destroying. The Magi teach that God can do none of those evil things. He can't send good and evil. He can't love and hate. He doesn't create and destroy. It's the evil spirit that does those things. And when I made that separation and gave myself completely over to the good spirit and rejected those lower vibrations of the evil spirit, a freedom and a peace came to me, and I was healed from OCD. It completely stopped, and as I could get people to do that, because it's scary, isn't it, when you've been raised from a child. We talked about this, from 0 to 7, you're in a theta state where everything you're told becomes your truth, your reality. And so when you're told this is your religion, this is how it is, it's hard to have a change of mind about that. But my friend's good spirit walked me through it, and it had reason, and the reason is good is good and bad is bad. And it's so simple, and it just spoke to that divine spark inside of me, and I was willing to say yes to the all good spirit and let go the matrix religions of the mixed monster God that hates, wars, kills, destroys. And clarity came, and that's what we're going to get with this magic spell I'm going to share with you. That's what we're going to get with this 1111 light code energy that's coming through. It's 1111 portal that we always talk about every year, because we're able to just receive those light codes so freely. And my friends, light is love, is peace, is kind, is good, and instinctively we know what those are, and we're going to allow those energies in, and we're going to remove those lower vibrations. I brought out my cards today. I know a lot of people aren't fans that follow me of the tarot cards, but they work for me and they give me messages, and so I'm going to pull a card or two before we read the spell. We have the Two of Pentacles. I've taught on this card before. I guess I've taught on almost all of them. Twos are choice. That's what I'm getting as I look at this. He's got a choice to be made. Let's pull another one. Let's see what the universe is trying to tell us. 8. Attainment. We got the 8 of Cups here, and it's about attainment. So this is beautiful. This kind of works into the season that we're in. We're in Scorpio season right now, and we have a choice for our attainment. Also, Scorpio season, it's about death or transformation. It's crucifying the flesh. It's the story of the Christ. We crucify the flesh and we rise higher. We then go into Sagittarius season, which is the sign I was born in, which I love. But it's the symbol of the arrow, right? Aiming up to higher frequencies, rising up, and making a choice to choose higher, to attain higher. We have to make a choice. I could teach on this card for 20 minutes right now, but I'm not gonna, because I think that's the message for us right now. In this energy of 1111 portal, we need to choose to advance, to attain, to lay hold of. Our advancement's going to come from the choices we make right now to let go of the lower vibrations that don't serve us and to aim higher. Oh, beautiful. All right, I'm going to read to you the magic spell, my friends. And again, this goes along with the teachings of the Magi of what God, you've probably seen the symbol that I use. It's a pentagram with a question mark at the top, because the top point is spirit. What spirit are you invoking? And that's so important that we invoke the right spirit. And so I teach to invoke the all-good spirit, Ahura Mazda, the all-good God that's all love, peace, joy, and kindness. Don't invoke one of the matrix gods that can also hate, war, kill, get jealous, those lower vibrations, because you're asking for something in this spell. It's probably healing, health, love, joy, kindness, protection, provision, high vibration things. So you need a spirit that can provide those things. And what I found for myself, I tell you what, if good spirit Ahura Mazda can heal OCD, nothing is impossible. So what you want to do, or how they used this in the days of old, they would use flour. And so say there was a sick person, they would take flour and they would put a circle around them. Or if this is for you, you can do this for yourself. If it's a protection spell, you put a circle of flour around you. And then you repeat this: incantation, oath, insurmountable circle of oath. Insurmountable divine circle of oath. Heaven and earth's unaltered circle by oath. God is one and cannot be changed. God and man shall not be divided. Oh, and you can feel I get goosebumps when I do that. I can feel the chills and the power and the truth in it. God and man shall not be divided. God means the highest good. What is the highest good? It's your protection. It's your healing. It's your divine health, divine life. It's your peace of mind, and the truth that God is one and cannot be changed. God and man shall not be divided. Nothing can separate you from good spirit, my friends. He would have never let you come to time and space if he could be separated from you, because we've talked about this before. Just like he can't lop off one of his arms or legs or his head, he can't lose you. You are one vibration, and that's that divine spark inside of you. And my friends, you're not your past mistakes or failures. You're not some of those, think about it, in your very DNA passed down from your parents and grandparents are some low vibrations, right? Like anger issues or lust issues, or, if great-great-grandpa was a greedy thief, you got some of that wired in you. But Spirit knew that you would be able to come and overcome those vibrations. And my friends, that's what we're doing. We're growing so fast as a community right now, working in our good magic. We got so many light codes just coming freely right now, so much knowledge and information, and it's so simple. Where before people couldn't see it, that good is good and bad is bad. And that's why they had these religions and these gods that would hate, war, kill, and destroy, and horrible stories that we've talked about. But that's not who God good is. And my friends, do you mind if I keep going? If you're still with me, I want to share some things that have been on my heart. I've been anxious to grow this channel. We've been at this for over 3 years now, 3 years in a month. And I wanted it to be bigger, but something I'm noticing is sometimes bigger isn't better. It's only bigger. What we have here is so special. Our community, our Asha, our peace of mind. my friends, we need to be grateful for what we have. And last night in my meditation, Spirit was really showing me to be grateful for what we have. And this is a gift we have here in time space. And he was showing me also how, imagine this, if you could use your magic and just get everything right now. If you wanted to be the richest person in the world, and so you're that. You got the biggest house, and instantly you're that. You got the most beautiful spouse, instantly you have that. You want to run a marathon and win it, and you instantly get that. You want to sail a boat around the world, and instantly you know all about navigation and the laws and how to navigate by the stars, and you've done that just like that. It kind of takes something away from the experience of it. When I was into boating and sailing, the thing I loved was learning how to navigate by the stars, getting out there and experiencing it. And sometimes you think you know how something is, and then you realize it's different than that, and you're adjusting and learning and growing, and really is a beautiful experience. And if we could just snap our fingers and have everything in about one day, we'd have everything, we'd be bored. It's a beautiful gift that we have when you look at that. It brought such a peace to my heart, and it gave me kind of excitement for the future of what else do I want to learn now and study and grow and do and achieve and then go through the process, enjoy the process of it, not always be in such a hurry. I've always been like that. I'm a person that likes the destination. You always hear like the journey is the adventure. When I drive, like when I leave here from Idaho and go visit the kids in California, I like to drive straight through 24 hours and just get there. But the times I have stopped and enjoyed the different sights that are to be seen, and it is beautiful, and you meet new people and new experiences, and I'm trying to learn to enjoy this journey of life, because that's why we came here. We came here to play and have fun and grow and learn and experience and of course raise the vibration of this world. And my friends, for those of you, if you've been struggling with OCD, I'll tell you what was one of the greatest blessings for me. It's The Science of Mind by Ernest Holmes. And that friend I was telling you about in Florida, he read this through twice, and he said it brought him such peace. And then, of course, Asha, The Message of the Magi. I would suggest getting these two books. You can get them both at Amazon. Science of Mind, Ernest Holmes, Asha by Winston Head. And just keeping your eye on good spirit, realizing, do you know what? Nothing can separate you from good spirit. You come from good spirit. You're made of good spirit. And maybe people have put fear in you with their Bibles or Qurans or different books, or their ideas of God, of Shiva the Destroyer, Allah, or Jehovah's. Remember, the Christ that we all love and admire taught the loving Father. When James and John said, let's call down fire from heaven like Elias did on this town that doesn't receive our message, Jesus said, you don't know what spirit you are of. He told the Pharisees that they were of their father, the devil, because they were murderers just like him. Loving spirit is all love, peace, joy, kindness. That's why he is the Christ. He brought the message that had been lost. They had added attributes to God that weren't his, an eye for an eye. Go in and kill men, women, and children. Take all you want. Stone your children when they're disrespectful. They had gotten to a low vibration, and there's always, right, a messenger, a prophet that comes and points us back to the highest truth. God is good. That's his nature. And just as that magic spell said, nothing can separate us from that good God. And something I've discovered for myself, no matter what you call your God, wherever you're born, in whatever country, you could call it Jehovah, Allah, Shiva, whatever. You'll find once you do discover the all good spirit, you are always reaching out to that all good spirit because it's instinctual. That's what's in you. It doesn't matter what name you call her. You might not fully understand who good spirit is. You might at this point right now think, well, he can hate and kill and destroy to get his, end result. But that doesn't change who he is. And so you'll find even from a kid, you're always growing your idea of who good spirit is. And we're not judged on how well we know him perfectly, because I'm sure all of us miss it in some areas of what his nature and character is, but nothing can separate us from him. And so as we do this magic ritual on 11/11 and maybe put the flower around in a circle and recite this spell, be thinking of the highest principle of good you can imagine, and your reason being that I am one with good spirit. In truth, I am divine life. I am divine health. I'm divine love, protected, provided for. Envision a circle of light around you that no darkness can enter, my friends. And you will take your first step towards first circle magic. And when you're working that first circle magic, oh my goodness, you're in protection, provision. Nothing is impossible for you. So I hope you enjoyed this. Please, if you did, share it with someone and know I love you. I love you. I love you.